Indiana specialized driving privileges. One of the biggest questions that I get, hey, do I qualify for specialized driving privileges? The answer is most likely yes. Indiana adopted what's called the specialized driving privilege laws, which allows people who had suspended license for one reason or another, whether it be I owe money on tickets, to I got a DUI or multiple DUIs, and the BMV came in and declared me habitual, allowed them an avenue in order to drive. Now, if you're driving on a specialized driving privilege license, it's not the same type of license as if you were to turn 16, go to the BMV, hand them 77 different documents verifying who you are, where you live, and that you're a real person and not a robot, and you can go wherever you want. That's not what specialized driving privileges allows. Specialized driving privileges allows you to drive for life necessities. So think of to and from work, to and from medical appointments, to and from any kind of child care or family obligations you might have, religious obligations, and if it's due to a criminal case, maybe to probation, community corrections, or any type of obligations you would have to finish your sentence. Now, who qualifies for specialized driving privilege is pretty much anybody who has a suspended driver's license, with a couple of exceptions. Number one, if you're accused of operating a vehicle while intoxicated, causing death, you're not going to qualify for specialized driving privileges. The second one that we see very often is an unsatisfied judgment. Now, what is an unsatisfied judgment? Well, an unsatisfied judgment is, for example, let's say you get in a car accident, you did not have insurance. The other party's insurance company likely has to pay some type of damages in order to fix the car repairs. And then they'll come after you as an at-fault party for reimbursement. Sometimes that results in a default judgment or an unsatisfied judgment, and the court issues a suspension. Indiana courts are reluctant to overrule those because what they're trying to do is make sure that you make good on your obligations. What are the requirements of specialized driving privileges? Well, that's pretty easy. You have to have insurance. Now, most courts in Indiana will require two different types of insurance. Number one, SR22 insurance. We have a video. You check the link below, check our YouTube channel about what SR22 insurance is. Essentially, I call it the BMV's big brother to make sure that you are actually carrying liability insurance. And the second type of insurance is liability insurance. Most Indiana courts require liability insurances in the amounts of $100,000, $300,000. That's per person, per accident. In other words, $100,000 is the limits per person, and $300,000 is the max per policy or per accident, so to speak. Your insurance company is going to know this is $100,000, $300,000 insurance. There are a few courts that will make exceptions to the 100, 300 rule, but as a whole, Indiana courts want to make sure people are insured driving. And that is essentially the purpose of specialized driving privileges. One, to make sure people can still get to where they need to go and make a living, provide for their families, themselves, and anybody else that depends on them. And two, to make sure that people are driving with insurance. If you have any questions about specialized driving privileges, give us a call. I can talk about licenses all day long. 317-632-3642. And remember, always plead the fifth.